Hi, I love to read good research with which I disagree. Why? Because my view may be wrong and the other's view may be right. On the other side, maybe the other side is wrong and I'm right. And then I can take the money in the market. In that vein, I love to read short sellers' reports about stocks whose companies suffer temporary disasters but remain high quality companies. I learned this by copying some of the best investors Warren Buffett, Carl Icahn, Phil Fisher. Warren Buffett bought into the temporary disaster in American Express years ago because the franchise was not impaired, only the stock price was. Carl Icahn bought into Netflix when Netflix CEO Reed Hastings changed the model from shipping movie discs to shipping the movies online. And the stock fell 80%, only to rise 5 times from the bottom, then 5 times again. So what stock am I talking about now? The stock is Etsy, ETSY, the high-end online seller of fancy stuff. The stock just got slammed by the famous short seller Andrew Left, who operates under the banner of Citron Research. Citron, as in lemon. I love the name of his outfit, by the way. It means go find stock lemons, write a harsh report saying they are sour, then make some juice by shorting them, waiting for the stock to tank. Now, Andrew Left has done some good research in the past, and he also has a wonderful way with words which often makes his research a pleasure to read, almost like good thrillers. I said almost. Now, to be frank, his last report that I read was about GameStop. Remember that? Poor Andrew wrote it up as a short just before a bunch of teenagers gleefully piled into the stock to punish short sellers like Citron and pushed it higher and higher. They also harassed poor Andrew badly and unjustly. After all, he only was expressing an opinion. After that, Andrew swore he would never write a short report again. This was 2 years ago. But what do you know? Here he is again, now saying that Etsy is a bitter lemon, presumably worth shorting. So why am I mentioning it? Because I respectfully beg to differ with him. My view is just the opposite. Rather, I think that following the public trouncing by Citron Research, Etsy stock may be providing a great opportunity here. I'm saying may. Now, what did Etsy do to merit such a public spanking by Citron Research? Etsy basically sells high-end stuff, including stuff made by self-styled designers for which the sellers charge more. But, says Andrew in his piece, some of these sellers also sell fakes. And not only that, but Etsy's management allegedly know this. Therefore, they are complicit and are about to face lawsuits, and in future, Etsy's name will be mud. Which means, I suppose, no more growth, so get out. But don't just take my word for it. Go online and read Andrew's piece, or better still, go on Twitter and read his Shakespearean rant. Now remember, the following words are his, not mine. Here they are. Hark! Doth mine ears deceive me? Forsooth, 'tis a tale most foul. Etsy, that once beloved purveyor of goods crafted by hand, hath fallen from grace and been revealed as a nefarious den of iniquity. Got it? Not only has Etsy screwed up, but they are a den of iniquity, which is what Proust used to call a disorderly house, also known in Latin as a lupinar, or in Spanish, a bordello, no less. Furthermore, Andrew blames management with complicity in this. Indeed, management has turned a blind eye to the filth that festers within, and by their negligence have allowed Etsy to become the largest organized clearinghouse for counterfeit goods in all the world. In other words, they are fencing stolen goods. As a result, he says, it doth behoove us to question the reporting of all internal metrics and to challenge the corporate culture of this deceitful company. Truly, this is a tale that doth leave a bitter taste in the mouth. In other words, Etsy is a lemon, and we can't believe their accounting. And it is here where I must part company with Andrew and disagree, and use the bard's words myself. Methinks the lady doth protest too much. In other words, Etsy is not as bad as Andrew's over-the-top delicious prose makes it out to be. Yes, Etsy's management screwed up. And yes, they let some unscrupulous sellers take advantage of them. And yes, there may be some lawsuits. But is this the end of the company? I don't think so. Well, yes, yet again, some management heads may roll and some employees may be fired as an example to others not to do more of it. But so what? The franchise is still the same franchise. And Andrew's delectable rant, in my opinion, is a bit of a fake crisis. To put it simply, Etsy's fall is probably an opportunity. I'm saying probably. Gross margins are 16%, which for an online retailer is excellent. Return on equity is uncomputable for now because equity shows as negative following all the startup costs. But return on assets is 8.3%, not bad. So ROE is probably 1.5 times that at least. And sales growth is 12%. The sum of these three numbers, which I call Q, see my coming book, The Advanced Sleuth Investor, Q for quality, is about 40. Not super high, but good. And most important, EBITDA is positive. Now, I'm not saying Etsy is an outright buy. I'm only suggesting you can spend some quality sleuthing time on it because if my take on Andrew's lovely hysteria is right, the stock can get back to its all-time high of 307, which from its current price of 133 is about 130% upside in a year or two. That's not too bad. And if growth continues after this bit of corporate dirt is cleaned up, the stock may even get to 500 or more, which is 300% from here. That is a 2.5 bagger with a 4 bagger potential maybe. Certainly worth some spending time on. Could I be wrong? Of course I could be. And that's why you should do your own due diligence. We'll get back to it a year from now and see. That's all for now. Please let me know below what you think of the above, then give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Tell all your friends what they're subscribed to, then buy my book, The Sleuth Investor, and next month, please buy my second book, The Advanced Sleuth Investor, and give it a good review on Amazon. I'll see you next time, and meantime, thank you very much for watching.